I think that the reason that a lot of our new songs have really long titles is partially because I think a lot of bands in the past and in recent history have designed titles simply so they can fit within DJs' mouths. And we think that's pretty pathetic, kind of. So we make up titles that are funny to us or nostalgic to us or in-jokes to us, and I think that a lot of people kind of either get confused or can't tie them into the song, but to us they read as clear as like Aesop's Fables or the Bible or whatever. I think that a mistake a lot of the bands from the Midwest and maybe other not so, New York, LA places, one of the bad decisions they make is deciding that they have to move, and that's where they start making their records from then on. And I think that oftentimes like the glossiness or wherever they move to kind of changes their sound, and they lose that individuality or lose that like kind of spark that was there before. I'm content living where I do. I live in the bedroom that I grew up in for the past 20 years, and it's like the only place on the entire planet that I can call my own and my home. So I don't know, I think it's shaped who I am. I'll probably die there. I'm gonna outlive my parents. Hopefully.
There's not increased pressure to match Take This to Your Grave unless we really, thought of it that way, and we just kind of didn't. I mean, that's kind of one of the points of the title in the first place, is that we weren't even gonna try to compete. We're just gonna do our own thing and just try to make a record.
Like when you're 80 years old and you're on your deathbed, what's gonna matter to you? Whether you just regurgitated the same record you just put out, or you go and you try something that's a little bit different. And to me, at the end of the day, the only pressure we ever felt is the pressure we put on ourselves.
We met through Joe, our guitar player.
I showed up at his house and he was wearing black socks, shorts, and an Argyle sweater. And I was like, this dude's amazing.
Yeah, so anyway, I don't know. And it was one of these things, I don't think any of us thought the band would last longer than a couple weeks, and then somehow magically it outlasted, because we were all in other bands at the time too, and somehow it outlasted all the other ones and was actually starting to do better. And it wasn't like, oh yeah, people are coming to the shows, let's do this thing. It was just kind of like, I don't know.
Nobody was coming to the shows. We were like, we're just going to do this thing. We didn't even care. It was more of attrition. We made people like us. Most of the damage on stage is done by our guitarist. He's given me 4 stitches. One time he has a move where he like puts his guitar behind his head and plays and then like brings it back down, and he just took the strap off by accident and threw the guitar across the stage. I was like looking at it, and then I turn around and it hits me in the back of the head, and it's just like my head split open, and it's one of those moments like where like for like 1 second you're just purely insane and you get mad at the inanimate object, like when you get mad at the door or the wall or whatever. And I just picked up the guitar and just like spiked it, and it was just splintered into a zillion pieces. And then I was like, wow, I'm on stage in front of 1,000 people, and I just did that just now.
I have no concept of how many people are on the internet or, watch TV or anything. I live in a cave, in a van down by the river.
Everybody in the band's really excited to do sessions because we've seen a couple bands do it before, and it's just something that we never thought we'd get the chance to do.
A year ago we were kind of on the up and up, but people weren't treating us, like they treat us now. Once they stop to sign an autograph, it's like a huge mob scene, and we're stuck. We can't go anywhere.
They're kind of like a punk rock Napoleon Dynamite type of thing, I think, where they all kind of have their own weird, nerdy ways. I don't want to call them all nerds, but.
Keep our head down and do our own thing, and so the only pressure we ever felt is the pressure we put on ourselves.
Look at him, man. Like another creature.
Guys are definitely very grounded about the whole thing. I mean, they built this from the ground up, playing to 5-10 kids in certain towns. It's been one fan at a time, and so that's where the grounding is.
Blah blah blah. I'm there like bodyguard. Look at me.
I kick this guy's ass when he gets out of line.
Come on, dudes. Let's take off our shirts and fight.
All right, I'm gonna have a little intermission here.
And I don't wanna forget how your voice just get by.
Our fans have always shown us like an insane amount of devotion. In this particular case, I feel like they let the world know, and it wasn't just us, and that's really cool. We're Fall Out Boy. Thanks for checking us out at Sessions at AOL, and we're out of here. Bye.